It's time for Washington Fish Quest. This episode, Lopez Island Freediving. Hey Washington Fish Questers, Blake here. I'm on a ferry to historic Lopez Island, but that said, I've never been there, so I can't really speak to how historic it is, but I look forward to learning. I'm going to meet up with Chris Sampson at Pacific Northwest Sampson, P&W Sampson again, and basically have a weekend of freediving. So tonight we're just going to get there, set up camp just with my family, and then he and his family are going to roll in tomorrow morning. Night one was just setting up camp in the dark because the ferry was 3 hours late. Alright, the Sampsons are here. We're going to go all to the farmer's market. I'm hoping to find this poutine truck. And then we're going to, later in the day, go hit up, it's called Iceberg Point. I have no idea where we're going, never been there. Apparently it's a little hike in and then a nice free dive. Or perhaps a very challenging free dive. We'll find out. Probably for me it'll be no matter what. Is that all wheat? I think it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, they farm here. We have arrived.
Hey, Blake, how you doing?
Hey, very good, Anthony.
You ready for a ride, kids?
Totally dead.
The melting ice cream.
Hey, now we've walked over from the farmer's market to the Eden Wild, owned by Anthony, who if you watch Chris's channel, Pacific Northwest Sampson, he's also a free diver, and he's going to be in this video as well. Just like that, Anthony rode off into the sunset. We won't see him again until 3 p.m. Well, the poutine wagon wasn't around, so we're going to this place here, a pizza pie. Holy smokes, if it smells and looks, wait, if it tastes and smells as good as it looks, we're going to be in hog heaven here. Hey, it's pretty good.
I like the seasoning.
All right, now that I'm full of food, time for some free diving. We're off to Agate Beach, which is apparently somehow associated with this so-called Iceberg Point. I've been to San Juan Island and Orcas Island a few times. This is my first time on Lopez, and I'm absolutely loving it. One thing that's great is they got all these old barns, you know. It's a really just a great vibe out here. Both just like the locals, everybody waving at each other, and just how, I don't know, kind of like old-fashioned it feels. All right, Chris tells me we're apparently not even diving on this side, although I really want to get in there. It's going to make me go on a death march for 30-40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then once I'm completely out of energy, then we'll get in the water. So my last diving episodes, the footage was really good because it was primarily Chris's. So I'm going to try to do my own, but it's a helmet cam, which don't get the best underwater footage. And then, as you can see here, I've broken it on the side, so we'll see if these zip ties hold together. But, so here we go. This is, you're in for a real treat with this shaky underwater footage. Well, Anthony was cool enough to carry my big fins there for me, and we kind of got ahead of the crew, so it gives me a chance to ask you about Eden Wild. You know, like, so you're from New York originally, right? And
Yeah, originally.
How in the world do you come out to, to
Google
Lopez?
Maps is an amazing thing. And scrolled across the country and found Lopez Island, and this is where I'm never leaving. We love it out here.
Well, you've made a beautiful, beautiful place and a beautiful atmosphere. I mean, it's it's a wonderful place, and you lift it up even more. So,
hey,
yeah.
Thanks, Blake. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for all your great effort out here. And oh, here comes the horde.
Yeah. The real part of Lopez is we're just about there. Iceberg Point is spectacular. You're going to really enjoy it. And then diving it is even better. So Can't wait to get into the water with you guys.
Yeah, I am stoked. I am stoked. All right, all right, all right. Oh, what's this thing here? Iceberg Point reference mark. Turning point 70 in the United States and Canadian boundary. Wow, feels like we're at the end of the world. Or maybe the beginning.
Yeah, beginning, eh? Combination.
Look at these beautiful rocks jutting out of the side of Lopez Island. I get the same vibe here that I get when I'm in the Columbia National Wildlife Refuge, you know, down by potholes. It's amazing how island geology can give off the same exact feel as desert geology. Oh, look at this, look at this. This must be an entry point. But even this little channel right here, although I'm sure it's not too scenic, I'd love just to dive down there. Oh, it's beautiful. Well, for anybody that thinks I'm doing too much freediving on my channel now, Gus has got us covered. He's over there doing an old school fish quest. I think right now greenling and cabezon are both on the menu. Maybe a surf perch.
Or a coho.
Oh yeah, that's right, the salmon are in.
Yeah.
Here I go. As soon as I submerged, I was struck by the different types of seaweed and how beautiful they were. Even when you're swimming out across the tops of them, there's life all over. It's just a vibrant ecosystem out here. There, I freeze framed it there. That's a little gunnel or something. You know, you wouldn't catch it if you blinked. I didn't notice it until I was editing. In fact, I didn't see a lot swimming out to Chris because it occurred to me I forgot to put baby oil in my mask, and also I forgot to shave the top of my mustache, which also lets water in. I didn't have my razor in my bag, which was a real rookie mistake, but I'm swimming back here to go put baby oil in my mask, which I did. Now I'm swimming back out here. I got a flashlight too, so messing with that. Unfortunately, my strap broke putting it on. I didn't lose it the whole trip, but that's a good way to lose your light, is to not have to strap it to your hand. Yeah, look at this. When I got to some rocks, this is near where I entered actually. I was really tempted just to scrape those off. Those are gooseneck barnacles, a very common request I get. Maybe my most requested shellfish quest. I easily just could have, gotten a limited 10 pounds right there, but decided it wasn't what I was there for, and I didn't check before I went. I didn't check to see the marine biotoxins in the area, although I don't think it really matters, is my understanding with the neck of the gooseneck barnacles, but don't quote me on that, because that's the part you eat. You don't actually eat the barnacle itself, it's the neck. Alright, so now I think I've made it out to Chris, and yeah, beautiful day, just a remarkable day. Couldn't ask for a better one. So right here, if I think the shot is what it is, this might be my finest moment as a freediver. Unfortunately, my camera doesn't do a good job capturing it. So I spotted a really nice ling. Yeah, this is it. And I'm swimming after it now. So, I'm diving down for it, and it was great. I haven't had it dive this well so far in my freediving tenure. There's some sea cucumbers there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the ling on camera. It's like just out of view. But why I just love that dive is I basically wasn't thinking, So that means I'm at the point with freediving where I can dive down and not really think about equalizing, just kind of do it automatically. It's taken me maybe 7 or 8 dives to get to that point. So I was really happy with that, but I'm super bummed that my camera wasn't good enough to actually get a shot of the ling I was chasing, because it's like an all-time great memory for me as far as being in the wild. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun, a lot more confidence after that, just diving down and looking around. I still got a long way to go on my freediving journey, but making progress is just wonderful. Yeah, it was just a blast looking around the bottom. I think I did determine, though, if I'm going to keep doing freediving on my channel, I need to get a better camera. Because these cameras that I'm using, they are like GoPro knockoffs. When I bought them, they're $49. I think they run $79 now. I think they're called the Sockos or something like that. And they're fine above the water, in my opinion, for the quality of video I put out. But when you look at my video versus like one of Chris's, well, hey, Chris has the form, and he's like 100 times the freediver I am. Oh, there's a nice school of fish. Yeah, a nice little school of bait fish there. But for instance, I'd be able to identify those fish if I had a nicer camera. So at any rate, so there's going to be some more diving videos in this series. This is going to be a 3-parter, and they actually do get better after this, especially my crab dives. But I am going to have to... Oh, there's a fish. Yeah, as I'm raking my camera down, I'm starting to notice the fish, you know, that I did see. But at any rate, if I start doing more freediving videos, I probably will need to invest in a better camera. So I'm going to need to think about that, because I've never bought something as expensive as a GoPro for this channel. I never spent like $300 on a camera. And as someone who makes no money off their channel on purpose, that's kind of like a bitter pill to swallow, that much of a price of a camera. So I'll just have to think about that. Feel free to catch me in the mints, you know. Oh, there I am. I'm pumped. I'm thrilled to actually be diving and staying down for a decent amount of time, you know, and just enjoying it. The stress that used to be there for me, it's still there in a healthy amount, you know. I wouldn't call it stress, you know, just the amount of respect you should have built in for the ocean, but you know what I mean? Like I'm not so stressed about like performing, if that makes sense. I'm just kind of actually doing it. Oh yeah, there I'm pointing at a fish, surf perch, looks like. It's kind of fun watching this back, you know, because it's I'm trying, you know, I'm remembering the dive, you know. I did see so much, you know. I can honestly say this is the greatest dive I've ever been on, and I do just wish that I had better equipment to capture the dive, because even from this you can see it's just remarkably beautiful. And if you want to see a real video of this dive, go watch a Real Dive channel, like Pacific Northwest Samson. That's at P&W Samson. His video of this, which came out a couple months ago, is just phenomenal. Hey, Backlit Blake here. That was the best dive I've ever been on. That was so great. So much life under there. Sorry if the footage wasn't great, and I forgot to turn my camera on the way back in, I think, but I chased it was either a copper or a quillback. I think it was a quillback probably on the way back in, but yeah, starting to actually free dive all right there. Had no trouble with equalization, and with the extra 2 pounds of weight, I was diving way easier. So I think a lot of my issues were much less to do with my form, although yes, it was not good form to this point. Probably still isn't, although I'm taking much bigger strides. But I think a lot of it was I was just underweight, so that's why I was having to kick so hard to get under. And so feeling great. Wonderful dive. Can't wait to get back out tomorrow. Well, what a first day, what a first day. Can't wait till tomorrow, see what's going to happen. I think we're going to try to get some crabbies. So we're going to play with some fire now, and we'll see you tomorrow. If you enjoyed that, next week's episode is even more action-packed. More free diving, we learn about the reef netters of Lopez Island, and my new buddy Noah shows me bass fishing on the island. Hope to see you there.